Alright, hello everybody. In this video, we are going to learn about different data types. Alright, what is a data type? And what are the differences between them, and what are the limitations between each data type, alright? Let's go over it, alright? So, previously, you've learned about ints, right? Integer, they can be, let's say, name, or what do we name it? Cubes, okay? Equals 5, or it can be like -3, but it cannot be -3.23, right? If you've ever tried it, for example, let's try cout. Let's cout cubed, alright? What's gonna happen is gonna give us an... Ooh. Yeah, I mean, see what happens? It says -3, but it doesn't display the 0.23. Why? Well, we're gonna learn a new data type that will allow us to put that 0.23, alright? So let me just give you an overview of all the different data types. So there's integer, which is, you can just Google what an integer. This is an integer. int, int. There are string, which is an array of characters. So if we wanted to declare a string, we can be like string name equals, and we're gonna use two quotation marks, right? When declaring, before the main function, so this is the main function, you can't be like, oh, David, or something like that. That kind of doesn't work, right? So you need to use quotation marks, like string name equals David, and it's gonna print the name David, alright? But if we had an int, that wouldn't work because that only stores integers. So it's literally like, bro, what, So, what did we learn? Okay, we learned int is for numbers. Okay, we didn't really learn this. You should have already know this. Okay, string is, okay, and let's try, like, for example, David. String name equals David without quotation marks, right? What's gonna happen? It's gonna give us an error. Because it thinks this was a variable or some sort, right? A string, but it is not. Okay, putting quotation marks turns it into a string of characters. Blah, blah, blah. David. Okay, now let's learn another one. It's going to be called float. Okay, float is very similar to integer, except we can do the point, the decimal, right? We can do 12.933, right? And it's going to display every single decimal point. Right, floats, oh wow. Floats do have limitations, alright, wow, it's taking a long time to compile. Something's a little fishy around here, isn't it? Yeah, this is definitely making me feel a little bit uncomfortable. Okay, so we're gonna hit cancel because it's not, we're gonna copy our code, we're gonna refresh the website. See, that is the problem with online compilers, is because, they can be buggy, right? With many problems. Okay, I got it to work. Let's hit run. And as you can see, it displays the entire, all three decimal places, right? But if we were to do int, it would just show 12. Because integers are not very specific, as you can tell. But floats use more memory a little bit, but that is okay, okay? If needed, you use a float for decimals, int for integers, alright? String for characters like a name or a city. Another one we're going to learn, which is really interesting, this one I definitely use a lot, is bool. Right? Sounds pretty interesting, you have to admit, bool. It's short for Boolean. And let's do light is on. We're going to name it equals true. So a Boolean, which is this thingamadoodle right here, Boolean, has only two possible values, true or false. It's really that simple, and you better master the Boolean, all right? Because this thing comes in really handy in ways unimaginable, right? So let's that what a Boolean is, right? And that it has two values, true or false. Okay? String is an array of what? Characters surrounded by quotation marks, still has a semicolon, blah blah blah. Okay? Floats are just integers but more specific, so you can do equals, blah, 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 right? Well, actually, float only has one decimal. Okay? And then int, you all know what ints are because that's pretty much all we've been using, but hope you learned something new. Hope you can implement it in your programming and have an awesome, awesome day. Thank you very much.